What's up, world? Hope you are doing amazing. Let me just go to my profile and make sure that the audio is coming through. And it is. So, what's happening, everybody? I hope your day is going beautifully. My name is Justin Glover, and I got a quick little session for you here on organization, productivity, a little different way of thinking about some things. And I'm pulling it directly from this book right here, Ready for Anything. So let's get into it. So when is organized too organized? Is it even possible to be too organized? When is controlled too controlling? When is construction actually constriction? On the flip side of that, when is loose-endedness, when does that lose? When you know, what's the farthest you can go in that direction before you lose? When is open-endedness? All right, when does that give out? When does it exhaust? Or when does just being carefree about it all and not worrying about it, when does that turn to careless? And so there's a fine little mix in there that we got to find the line in between those two extremes, and that's what I want to talk about today. And so if you would like to learn how to live your life kind of in that perfect little middle ground that allows you to be at your maximum productivity, your maximum efficiency, and your maximum creativity, that is what this session is all about. So that sounds appealing. Draw me some hearts, draw me some comments, let me know, because that's what we're going to get into. As you come on, let me know where you're tuning in from and what is your good news. Before we get into today's session, and I'm a little bit earlier than normal, than I normally go live on here, which who knows, we'll see who shows up. So yeah, the perfect storm. So right in the center of super over-organized to not even thinking about being organized, right? Where's the balance? And so before we get into that, let's give some stuff away. And so as you come on, if you haven't done so yet, even if you're catching the replay, drop me a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. What's some good news going on in your world today, and let's make it happen. So my good news, I'll start. I've had an amazing morning with my daughter. We were up dancing and kind of just cleaning the house, and it was just a really, really fun time. And so that's my good news. We had some great conversation and fun early in the morning, and that's always good. She got up early right as I was finishing my workout, and so we had a little bit extra time to hang out and just chill with each other. So that's my good news. What is yours? What's some good news? And so let's see. I got a T-shirt to give away because yesterday on my live I said if you comment an additional random act of kindness that you could go and do, comment some ideas, I would pick one and choose a winner for this T-shirt, and I did that. So here's the T-shirt that is being won. It says the dream is free. The results are sold separately, and the winner of this T-shirt is Donna Merrill. So Donna, thank you for your comment. You want a shirt? Be sure to PM Jessica Lawson the sizes and shipping info that you would prefer, and I'll tag you in the comments and tag her so you know who I'm talking about. So congratulations. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the engagement. I appreciate it. Dean is in the house. What's up, Dean? Good to see you here. Wes has joined. Hey, buddy. So let's get into the content because I got to make this a little bit quicker today. And so I'm pulling this, like I said, pulling this from this book. I've read it multiple times, and I've read his first book also. It's David Allen, and the name of the book is Ready for Anything, 52 Productivity Principles for Getting Things Done. And so this is kind of his follow-up book for his bestseller book called, what the hell's his bestseller book called? Getting Things Done. That's what it's called. I was like, it's upstairs. I don't have it. Getting Things Done. And that book looks like, that book looks like it's crazy. There's so many like highlights and markers and writing and all kinds. I'm gonna have to get a new copy of that book. It's incredibly powerful. I followed this guy for quite a while, and so now I'm kind of going through just in my own life. I'm going through this book, one chapter a week basically, and just kind of pulling and integrating and implementing some of the things that he talks about in here, just to make to continue to flex that productivity muscle, get some mental clutter, some physical clutter, get some of that stuff cleaned up and organized. And today it's interesting. The topic is, when is too organized, or when is organized too organized? When is, not organized? Like, when does that lose? So what's the balance in the middle? Wes says, top of the morning, good news, a break from the rainy sun. The rain's sunny and 60 today. Time to get organized on the back 40. There you go. There you go. We are coming to Phoenix. We're going to be having a little meetup in Arizona sometime soon. And so hopefully you can join us there. Let's see. So I'm pulling from chapter 3 today, and I'm going to read a little quote from it, and then I'll kind of give my take and tell some other stuff that he actually talks about. Trish is in the house. What's up, Trish? Good to have you here. And so here's the quote from the book. All right. It says, if you don't know the total current inventory of all of your work, then you won't be truly fully aware of what you can't do. All right. I talked about this last Thursday a little bit. Your integrity will lead you into an infinite amount of new to-dos. When you consciously track all of your commitments, that same integrity will force you to discriminate and say no. So you can use this integrity that's causing you to say yes, 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 kind of, and take on all of these new to-dos. If you think about it and you shift it a little bit, you can leverage that integrity that's forcing you to make that decision to make the opposite decision and make a better decision and say no sometimes. The way you do that is by getting clear on what else you got going on. All right. You don't know what you got truly going on. You don't know what you're missing on. You don't know what you have on the table, and it's hard to evaluate, hard to make good, solid commitments going forward. And so, for instance, when you put things in to read, let's say that you have, you run across stuff all the time, and you want to read it, and so maybe you drop a magazine. I'm going to read this later. You drop it on the table, and then you're in the bathroom and you say, man, this is a great book. I'm going to read this later. Or here's an article I got in an email. I'm going to store these over here in this file, or whatever. You store things in separate locations, then you're going to have trouble getting through any of them. But if you put them all in one place, very simple shift. If you just put them all in one place, you're far more likely to be able to handle many of them with a quick little 2-minute glance. 2 minutes of focus time, you can blaze through several of them. Whereas if they were scattered about, probably wouldn't get that way. All right, Justin Smallwood's in the house. What's up, buddy? And so he goes on to talk about a common topic this is actually a common topic that comes up in his line of work. And his line of work is teaching entrepreneurs how to be more productive. He calls it the martial art of work, right? Productivity is the martial art of work and effective work and productive work. And so he talks about this a lot, and the question is, where is the ideal point between freedom and structure? And so the question I posed in the beginning, when is organized to organized? When is controlled to controlling? When is construction, when is that actually a hindrance? When is it constriction? And on the opposite side, when is being carefree and loose and kind of open-ended, when does that lose? How far can you go in that direction? All right, so here's the deal. We are conditioned as humans to think that boundaries actually limit us. All right, so you've probably said that the whole "don't fence me in," right? Like we're kind of conditioned to that. We don't want to be fenced in. Nobody does. I don't. You don't. But we're also taught that in order to get something done, that we need to exert pressure and we need to push hard in order to achieve a result, right? You ever heard the phrase, put your nose to the grindstone and just getting back into the grind of things? So that's conflicting, right? Don't fence me in, put your nose to the grindstone. So which one's the best approach, all right? And this is important. This isn't just a theoretical discussion. Angela, what's up? Cindy, what's up? Good to have you guys here. Appreciate you. This isn't just a theoretical or philosophical discussion either, all right? When you're receiving 400 emails a day, 100 voicemails, 50 unexpected interruptions, you gotta confront this conflict, right? This is an issue. This is a freedom versus structure issue. And it's important. It's important for your productivity. And so I'll kind of break it down. The freedom junkies, and I'm a little bit of both of these. Everybody's a little bit of both of these. So you got the freedom junkies, all right? Some people are more extreme than others. And so again, the mastery is finding that balance in between the two. And so the freedom junkies are frustrated and disturbed that these inputs they even exist to begin with, right? They'd love to just ignore all the stuff and only do the stuff that's fun, easy, interesting, and hot to them. All right. The control freaks, however, that control freak part of us, we got rules, we have agents, we have folders within folders for every little detail that could perhaps limit the scope of our life out of fear of all this, of the stuff that a broader focus, a broader spectrum of focus actually might generate. And so again, everybody can relate to both sides at some degree. And what we want to do is kind of find that balance, kind of find that middle ground. And so we want to have control, but not the constraint, right? Want to have that control, but not the constraint. So the problem has come from the negative connotation, all right, and actual experience that often accompanies the idea behind the word control, all right? Because we say we want control, but that idea, that negative connotation, and just kind of from our experience, right, that we tend to think that control is actually constraining and constructive. It's kind of like being kept in jail, right? And so there's a way to actually reap the benefits of both sides. That's what I've been saying all along, and that is to play the game with two basic moves. And these are the things that he talks about in this book. He says you got to play this game with two moves, all right? And these are the two components and the two things to focus on. These two things together, all right, so let me give you the two moves. Concentration and cooperation. They're both required. Concentration and cooperation. And so when you link these two things together, that gives us the freedom. It gives you the freedom that you want in the structure that you need in order to maximize your effectiveness, all right? Because we want the freedom, but we also need the structure. And that's where we got to come together and find that balance, all right? And so construction, all right, concentration rather, that's the key to actually giving us the freedom. Concentration is the key to power in physics and in life. Concentration. The more you focus on something, the more power you have behind that something. It's the key in physics, in life as well. Cooperation, on the other hand, that's the lubricant for the efficient flow of that energy. All right, I'm gonna say that again. Concentration is the key to power in physics and in life. Cooperation is the lubricant for efficient flow of that energy. Okay, so athletes are a great example of this. They demonstrate it beautifully. They're super focused and they pay extraordinary attention to the realities of their environment and how to flow within them to their advantage. Okay, so to get through your email, you got to concentrate. What are you doing? How is each communication here relevant to what I'm doing? That's what you're concentrating on. But you also must cooperate to get through your email, all right? The emails are there, you created them, or you at least allowed them. And so you must create a strategy and a process for dealing with them. So cooperation and concentration are the two. One approach actually serves the other. And too many times I see, and I've done myself, we kind of try to segment the two. I want one can't really exist beautifully and fully without the other, okay? So you got to cooperate with yourself. You got to cooperate with your world in order to transcend the resistance and the distraction, all right? So that you can concentrate, all right? Because if you got resistance and you got distraction, you're not gonna be able to concentrate anyway. And so you got to cooperate with yourself to the degree that it allows you to concentrate fully, all right? And you also must concentrate to clarify the nature of things and how to engage with them, you know, cooperatively. And so elegantly dealing with stuff of life and work actually demands a pretty intense focus on what you're doing and a high level of awareness and acceptance of all the details in your world, all right? So again, we're talking about just finding that balance. So it might sound easy, but it's actually quite a feat to stay conscious about what you're doing, to know where you're going, and to identify all the things that you've committed to, and to cooperate with what's not going on, what's not happening, so that you're totally concentrated on what is. All right, might sound easy, but it's a chore to do all of these things. Now, the awareness of them, if you watch this again, you might be thinking, well, not quite grasping it. Maybe watch it again. The awareness of these things is kind of what gets you there. And so I'll give you 3 questions to kind of practically think about today to answer for yourself You don't have to answer them in the comments or anything. Doug's in the house. What's up, Doug? I see Robert has joined the party. Jeff is here. What's up, guys? Thanks for hanging out. Glad to see you. And so here's a couple of questions for you to think about. So think about it Thursday. All right. So question 1. What would you really like to be freed up in your life? What discipline is needed where in order to accomplish that? That's the first kind of thing to think about. Next question is, look at your life. Where could you lose some more looseness? And then also look at your life and where could you use some more structure? All right. It's all about the balance. When is too organized or organized, too much control, too controlling? And then the opposite side, when is not giving a crap? Like, when does that start to hurt you? You got to find that balance, because you can go too far in either direction. All right. And so there you go. Hopefully you found this valuable. Hopefully you found it a little bit helpful. If you did, let me know. Let me know in the comments. And for those of you who would, this doesn't really have anything to do with productivity or the topic, but I know lots of people that watch this stuff are into content marketing, and they're marketers and business entrepreneurs. They sell stuff. So if that's you, if you sell stuff and you use the internet to sell it, and you would like to get some more help on being more consistent in your content marketing. Maybe you think, I see these people putting out good content on a regular basis. I want to get more consistent on that, but maybe you're not consistent for a variety of different reasons. One of the best things that I could possibly recommend would be to participate in a challenge. Many of you guys know I just did a 14-day marketing challenge where the challenge was to do a live video every single day. And there were days, I'll just tell you, there were days when I did not feel like doing it. I wouldn't have done a live video had I not been in the challenge. And so just by participating in something like that, where there's other people going and kind of the accountability, getting yourself involved in something like that could absolutely help you increase your consistency. And so my suggestion would be, look for something, find something like that. For anybody interested in doing something like that, and you are somebody who sells stuff on the internet, and you create content or want to create more consistent content, if that's you, I'm going to be running my own 14-day challenge inside of our new Facebook group. It's going to be in kind of a community that we have. It's starting Tuesday, January 29th, next Tuesday. It's actually going to be my birthday. And I realized that after coming through, I'm like, man, the challenge is over. Like, I don't have to go live today, but I want to. And so I thrive from these challenges. And so I'm going to be doing these in between. I'm going to participate in every one that Ray does. And then I'm also going to be running my own in between. And so for anybody interested, I'm running my own. It's starting January 29th, free to participate. Here's how it will actually work. So it'll be slightly different than the one I've done. I'm not going to ask you or anybody participating to do a live video every day, although you can absolutely do a live video every day. The premise of this challenge is to just create a piece of content every day. Maybe it's a live video, maybe it's a written piece of content, doesn't matter. All right. Now I will be asking for everybody participating in it to at least try to do one live video, because they're so dang powerful. And if you're scared of doing it, all the more reason you should do it. And so if you want to do it in a kind of a group environment and go through a 14-day period where you're just putting out content consistently, free to participate. I'm happy to share the details, anybody that's interested in that. We will have recognition. We will be having rewards and prizes and some things to the ones that go through and participate. If you'd like to participate in this challenge with us, just comment the word challenge in the comments. I'll shoot you the details and get you in the group and all of that. And we'll get you rock and roll. Like I said, we start on Tuesday, January 29th, or you can DM me, just send me a direct message and say, hey, I'm interested in the challenge thing. Some benefits for participating, just FYI, you'll boost your confidence significantly. If there's a lack of confidence, you'll get over any fears about creating content and just kind of putting yourself out there. So if you got some of that going on, jump into this challenge. Like I said, it's free to participate. You can kind of go through it as a group. The way that it'll work is I'm going to do every single morning. I'm going to give a short little training just to kind of give you some encouragement on what part of your marketing content to focus on for that day. And so one day we'll talk about the headline, and then the transitions and the content itself, the body of it, the offer at the end. because there's a great piece of marketing content that attracts people to you and causes them to reach out. There's several components involved. And so through going through this, you're going to get all of that knowledge as well. You'll get some marketing knowledge that the masses just don't know about. You're going to get more of your value out into the world, which equals you making a bigger impact, which is why we're here. And so you're also going to get over, like I said, any fears that you might have about creating content, and you'll get some support and encouragement along the way. So if any of that sounds nice, you'd like to participate, it's starting next Tuesday. You'll definitely hear me talk about it again before then. So if you're interested in that, just type the word challenge in the comments. I'll get you the details on that, or just reach out, send me a direct message, and we'll get you rolling. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you got value from this. If you did, let me know. Talk to you all tomorrow. Have an amazing day. High five. Now I got to stop it.